Welcome. Discussions with DT Parker. We're about to be active on Twitch, IG Live, and of course for my folks on YouTube. Thank you for the folks that run this back. Super duper duper appreciate you. Love you for that. If you have not already, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Hey, RD22, you're my first one. Welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. Houston, we have a problem. I'm debating on whether I want to talk about this situation that happened to me at a wing spot here in Stockbridge. Hey, Devin. So, waiting for some more folks to hop on to see. Because I do have a topic for today. So, if you want me to talk about this situation, I will. But I also have this Claressa Shields topic on, like, is it considered? I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this question. Because, hey, Mama, I'm not sure if you saw the interview that Mz.Shyneka did with Streets 94.5. Hey, Gemini Smiley. Where she asked Claressa Shields how much longer she was going to be dating someone else's husband. So, is it considered dating someone else's husband if they're separated, I guess is my question. But I'm going to let y'all make the decision. So like I said, I had a little situation yesterday at a wing spot on the south side in Georgia. And I know some of y'all not probably familiar with that. We could talk about both, or we could talk about this Claressa Shields thing. Let me know what y'all want to talk about today. You want to hear about my situation? Or we could get into the Claressa Shields thing. Like I said, is it, I'm trying to word this question. Is it considered cheating? Hey, got you, opening NT. I'm letting y'all make this decision today on Discussions with DT Parker. Hey, free there. I had to switch it up. Hold on, I'm trying to get active on Twitch, y'all. Hey, got you, opening NT. All right, so you want to talk about the Claressa Shields? Are y'all familiar with that? Mama says she want to talk about Mama already know about what happened with me. I'll talk about it at the end of the show, but let's talk about Claressa Shields. In the interview, if you saw the interview with Mz.Shyneka on Streets 94.5, what I guess the question today is, you separated, still married. Mama said it's not cheating though. Okay, you said it's not cheating though. Okay, so the question, Mz.Shyneka, I'll play it for you because I have the audio. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, okay. Welcome, Rashad. I was giving y'all an option of whether y'all wanted to hear my story, but y'all want to talk about Claressa Shields, we could talk about Claressa Shields. So, yes, Curly Sue. I'm going to add some more curls to it. Thank you to Harlem Nights for getting me all the way together. I was asking the chat to make a decision, but y'all clearly want to talk about this Claressa Shields thing. So I'm going to get the audio together so we could play the video. Hold on, because this was a whole thing on social media with Mz.Shyneka and Claressa Shields. But I guess my question today for the chat is, because Mz.Shyneka was like, she asked her, how much longer are you going to, be parading? I got you. I'll tell it. I'll tell the story too. But we'll get into this Claressa Shields. So that means you got to stick around. Got you, open ET, because I'll tell the story at the end what happened and why you shouldn't eat at this racist ass restaurant on the south side. I won't give the name because I don't want to get myself in any type of trouble. But if you want to know, you can DM me, and I'll definitely tell you the name of the racist ass restaurant that you should not eat at on the south side. And my thing about it is, and then we're going to get back into this topic. These foreigners, and I don't mean no disrespect by this, these foreigners want our business, want our services, want our dollar, but then think that they can treat you as a black person any kind of way. And that ain't how I roll. So if I feel the slightest disrespect, it will be checked. And I don't care who like it. It is what it is. But anyway, back to this Claressa Shields story. I promise I'll tell you the story at the end. Back to this Claressa Shields thing. So the question today is on discussions. Welcome for the new folks. Because Mz.Shyneka, again, hey Alvin, Mz.Shyneka had said, you know, how much longer are you going to walk around enticed with somebody else's man, right? So my question today is, like, when folks are separated and dating, is that cheating? When they're separated and they're dating, like, should she not? And if you are not familiar with what that story is, I'm pulling up the audio now. I apologize, y'all. I'm moving slow. Hey, Alvin, how are you today? Here we go. I promise I had the question in my head. And then I play Claressa's response, but hold on. I'm trying to play the audio. Here we go.
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at.
Well, pause.
Okay.
Pause, because that's not somebody's husband.
Okay.
Papoose filed for divorce. Y'all hate to say that word, but it's the word that's out there.
Okay.
He filed for divorce because he's serious about me. So I'm not with somebody's husband.
Okay.
And if you're going to call him her husband, make sure you call her his wife. And also hold her accountable for what she's doing in her life. Because she hasn't. Who she's big about. So don't make it seem like it's just one-sided. I'm not with somebody's husband. I'm with the man who filed for divorce, who's serious about me, who has done things for me that I've done for him. So that's not what it is. They say that because they want that to be the narrative, but that's not it. People go through divorces and breakups more than anything in the world. That's why it's such a big talk.
Oh, we know.
Like, real question, because I didn't been here before.
I'm glad this
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband?
So, is it considered being in a relationship with somebody's husband if they're separated? Is it considered being in a relationship with somebody's husband if they're separated? What do you think, chat? Is it considered being in a relationship with somebody's husband if they're just separated? Not divorced yet. That's the question. So I got the question now. Is it considered, are you, what she just said? I want to play Claressa's response too. Got you open ENT said no. Don't Remy got a little something going on? Yeah, that was her whole point in the conversation. But hold on, let me play Remy's response.
Shyneka, yo big fat.
I'm sorry.
Sat up there and talked that to me, and then when I checked you respectfully, in your face. In your face. You shut all that this shit up. Now, after the fact, you got all this lip and talking all this shit because you never got this much attention before in your life. Being a radio host, I didn't even know who you was. I came here for Jock and Shorty. I did not come here for you. But the fact that you asked a question in such a distasteful way, and I answered you like the professional that I am, now you want to go on these rants and talking about some pat with me for this reason, pat with me for that reason, blah, 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 blah. You didn't say none of that stuff when you were sitting there in my presence. Shyneka,
okay, that was her response. So are you considered to be with somebody's, I'll say, significant other if they're just separated and not divorced? Are you considered to be with somebody's significant other if they're not divorced? If they are not divorced, they're just separated. I'm sorry, I gotta repeat myself. I'm gonna read y'all comments. I got you. I'm writing it down because my memory, I'm telling you, 44 hits a lot differently. And Ty said, as far as being separated, it truly depends on those individuals' agreement. Because let's be honest, humans know for sure if they are crossing the line or they are separated and moved out of the home and agreed. Okay. Mama said it's not smart to date a separated man or woman, but who cares? Mama said, LOL, she checked her. You feel like Claressa checked the Mz.Shyneka? Got you open ENT said, nah, it's not cheating. But is it considered being with somebody else's mate if they're separated or not divorced? Is that considered being with somebody else's mate? I mean, there are a lot of people that do feel like how Mz.Shyneka does feel. Like that, like Claressa gets a lot of smoke for that relationship with Papoose. A lot of smoke. She gets a lot of smoke because folks feel like, yo, at the end of the day, that's still a married man, and you over here gallivanting, parading him around like he still ain't married to Remy. But in her defense, she's saying, and I'm not defending anybody, but what I'm saying is, she's saying that they're separated. He's moved on. He's moved out of the home. He's with her. And Remy has her own thing going on with somebody else, but nobody says anything to Remy. Well, we don't know if anybody says anything to Remy because Remy never says anything. Got you open ENT said, definitely she needed to be checked. She mad messy. But what's the question? Distasteful, though? I'm going to play it back. Let me know. Do you think how she asked the question was distasteful? And Ty said, I just hope Claressa steps away from the public because people will always be negative. That's why it's angels and evil. Claressa is a true geek. How you say that, girl? Come on, got hope, right? How you say that? Papoose needs to talk up more on her behalf. And Ty, Papoose said, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. Um, got you opening thing. What does Claressa refer to? The goat, the guap? How you say that?
I don't know. I ain't.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get I'm like, okay. Pecan Brown said, I think the play on words is important in this situation. If he has moved on but not divorced, I think it's okay, as long as the plan is to divorce. Hey Bronx girl. Hey Chev. Uh, Mama said, but Remy cheated first. Listen, I can confirm nor deny that, so I don't know if that's true or not. All right,
Nah, she did.
did she? All
She
right, guys.
did, man. Papoose did that whole bit with her, kept her up the whole nine. She got out. They had the baby, and then
Hold on, got you open, ET, because we got some new folks. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We're chatting today about that Claressa Shields interview that she did with radio personality Mz.Shyneka on Streets 94.5. So the question today is, are significant others, if they're not divorced or separated, are they kind of off limits? Like,
no, for
are
what?
they
I
off?
mean, we moved on with our life. Why would I was married but separated. You know
Or
what I
is
mean?
it still, are they considered somebody else's wife or husband?
No, I mean, I'm
Are
my
they not
wife.
considered somebody else's legally?
No, no,
Legally, they're
legally
not.
yes,
Okay.
but we was already separated. Like I moved out the house. You know what I'm saying? While I was still in the house, even though we wasn't together, I felt it to be a bit confusing dealing with other women, so I stopped.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Until
once
you
I
were
moved
divorced.
out the house,
Wait, so you stopped until you signed the papers?
and no, until I moved out the house,
You
because it was
stopped.
we were separated, but we still lived together
Okay, and you were
for a
dating.
minute, and then I started dating again or whatever, or messing around, whatever the hell I was doing, I felt weird.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You,
Because the
you
thing would be,
see,
I can't invite this woman to my house.
I don't think I would date a man that I knew was still legally married. I don't. care if they were separated. But that's just me. Hold on, I got you open ET. Let me play this audio with
real
Miss
question,
Shyneka.
because I didn't been here before. How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at.
Well, Paul.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Because that's not somebody's husband.
Okay.
Have who's filed for divorce. Y'all hate to say that word, but it's the word that's out there.
Okay.
He filed for divorce because he's serious about me. So
Okay.
I'm not with somebody's husband.
Okay.
And if you're going to call him her husband, make sure you call her his wife. And also hold her accountable for what she's doing in her life. Because she has who she's big about. So don't make it seem like it's just one-sided. I'm not with somebody's husband. I'm with the man who filed for divorce, who's serious about me, who has done things for me that I've done for him. So that's not what it is. They say that because they want that to be the narrative, but that's not it. People go through divorces and breakups more than anything in the world. That's why it's such a big talk.
Oh, we know. Like, real quick.
Okay, so welcome, new folks. Discussions with Diddy Parker. Is it being with somebody else's? Are you being with somebody else's significant other, their husband or wife, if they're still legally married, not divorced or separated from that person? Is that being with somebody's husband or wife if they still didn't sign them papers? Sign them papers. I'm just saying. You're shaking your head, got you opening ENT. So
No, I mean, if I moved out the house, I done moved on in my life. I got my own spot. I'm chilling. We just ain't signed the paper. It could be any number of reasons. She ain't signed the papers yet. Um, it could have been financial reasons why papers ain't been signed. It could be reasons for the children and insurance reasons why papers ain't been signed. It's so many different reasons why papers have not been signed. But I moved on my life. Hell, I know someone who him and his wife been divorced for 16 years now. And they still on paper they're still together, but they ain't
why
been
did they go
together
get that damn
16
divorce?
years.
16 years? Why did they go get no divorce yet?
Because from my understanding, it's because the way his life insurance is set up and for his
Oh,
children.
so if he divorces her, then they don't get it or something?
She won't get it.
Oh, the ex-wife.
Right. The
Oh,
ex-wife. But he wanted to make sure that the ex-wife is covered regardless of whatever.
is he remarried?
No, he's not married yet. No. But
Not
he has a shorty, but he tells us his shorty knows, like, yo, this is why we're not divorced yet. This is why I won't get a divorce from her.
and
She's
how
she's willing. I mean, they've been dating for the last 5 years now.
she do realize that this man's never going to marry her, right?
But regardless of whatever, the way that insurance is set up, however they set that first insurance policy up, if he divorces his wife, she loses everything. And he always promised her that he would take care of her.
Ooh, that's a tricky situation, right? Ooh,
So yeah, again, so there's so many different scenarios to why. You know what I'm
I,
saying? Now,
do you feel like that?
Shorty on the radio, she knew she was messy by asking that question. The way she asked it, you know,
You thought that was distasteful?
hell yeah, especially the way she asked it. Like, you could always tell by someone, come on, you do radio. You could tell by somebody's tone you being messy or not.
I don't feel like it was distasteful.
That shit was distasteful as hell. It was ghetto. It was hood.
I
It,
would have.
it, it betrays everything who she's about. One of the reasons why I don't even listen to them. No shade on Jock and Shorty, but one of the main reasons why I don't listen is because of her.
Wow. I mean, chat, what do you think? Do you think, and I'll play it back again, I don't think the way she asked it was distasteful.
Because I didn't. How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people.
Mama said, yeah, she was being messy.
Yeah, come on, man. How long are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody else's man?
Thought that was a good.
No, that's no. But you're gonna ask a question like that, and be like, okay, so given with you and Pap's relationship, right? That could have been that could. Hey,
I would have asked the question differently. I would have put it back on, hey, you got folks out here chatting, and they chatting about you and Pap and y'all relationship and want to know why. I would have just worded it differently. I know
hey,
it would.
man, I wouldn't be mad if she came back at her like, damn.
She did
Um,
back. Hold on.
I
She
mean, but I heard it. But I'm talking about how my man did with old girl from V103.
what you mean, a defamation lawsuit?
When he cut
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
Cat Williams.
I loved Wanda Smith.
What's
May
up,
she,
Rod? You good, man?
hey,
Man,
Rashad, hold
right.
on. Let me comments and then Rashad, I'm gonna get your take on this. Bronx girl said it was kind of shady. Mama said,
It was
"What?
shady as
What?
hell.
Her? Why ask her that question?" Pecan Brown said it was very distasteful. Mama said messy. What up, Rashad? So is it? Are you? Is it still? Are you still considered to be with somebody's husband or wife if they're still divorced or going through a divorce or separated?
I mean, at the end of the day, technically, yes, she is, right? But it's the intent, right? So they are in the process of resolving that. So they're together on paper, but
Yeah.
they're not together, right? And so some people have the patience to wait until it's over. Some people don't. Um, which way is right? Well, let's be honest. The uh, the institute of marriage was never intended to be a paperwork thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it was an understanding between the man, the woman, and God. And so if they have severed their emotional ties, technically, you know, well, first of all, they're always going to be married. The Bible doesn't say you can never get divorced, right? But um, but the fact that they no longer have the same emotional ties means that they are no longer living in that marital, environment. And so if they're waiting for the paperwork, they're waiting for the paperwork. And that's a us thing. That's not a him thing. So right
So,
and wrong is an out of order.
so do you think that the question was distasteful?
Number one, the chick that asked it, she's an OG in the game. And when you've been around for so long, you get certain, rights and privileges. That's just like saying, was Aretha Franklin disrespectful whenever she would check all of these people out here that were interviewing her? Because Aretha was brutal. She was brutally honest. And so the thing about it is, I don't know if it's necessarily disrespectful because all she did was ask a question.
That most people want to know.
Yeah,
Most people
100%.
ask the question.
I think what's the word? Untactful.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it was untactful. I mean, once again, it was a question that everybody wanted to know, and she's been in the game long enough to not sugarcoat it. That was all. She just asked she didn't say, she didn't say anything disrespectful to her. Everything that she said was technically
Hold on,
accurate.
play it back again because we got some new folks. Welcome to the chat. Hold on, I'll tell you what we're talking about.
Pause. Okay, pause.
Hold on, I want to run this back. I mean, that's what Wendy would ask that question.
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at.
I don't think that. I mean, the tone, the body language. I don't see what was wrong with it. Mama said worded it wrong. See, again, I would have put it on people because I mean, she's not lying. She asked because she did another follow-up interview after this. She went live. She said she asked the question that most people want to know, and most people have been asking this about Claressa.
But
Pat,
then if my response if she would ask that question, if it was me, she said most people. My response would have been the hell with most people. That's my business.
well, she didn't have to answer the question. She chose to answer the question. She didn't have
Nah,
to.
And
she didn't have to answer. But
And
she
let's
kind
be
of
honest.
was kind of like on the spot though.
No, you ain't
But
never on the spot because
you still have to
you know
ask her
that
though.
question. You know that question is coming, man. You know that question is coming somewhere. But here's my thing. Clarissa is a grown woman. She knew what she signed up for. She knows that, her popularity is going to make everybody question it. She can't be surprised if somebody asks her the question and not answering it. That's not a good PR move. I mean, stand by what you've done and own up to it. And whenever the question comes out, she needs to have the
Oh,
same
she
response.
said, she said nobody else better not ask her that question. Otherwise, it's gonna be trouble, trouble,
I
trouble.
mean, I get that, but once again, it's what people want to know. People want to
No,
know about that more than they want to know about her
so about
boxing.
her boxing, which she does have a fight on August 15th here
Yeah.
in Georgia at State Farm. But I mean, again, and I'm not defending anybody in this situation. What I do understand Clarissa's point though, because a lot of hate goes her way,
Hmm.
and none of the smoke. Remy don't catch none of the smoke. So she's like, well, she's over there doing the same thing I'm doing. Why y'all got all the smoke for me? Y'all not asking her that question.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to understand, Remy is she is a higher status in our community because she's hip hop royalty, right? People been rocking with Remy for decades. Clarissa just got on the map. And so they don't have as much allegiance to Clarissa as they do to Remy. And so that's unfortunately how our culture does. They side with who they like the most, not who is right or wrong, because Remy, she literally started this, right? The reason that they ain't together no more was because Remy, stepped out on Papoose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was holding her down. But people like Remy, so they kind of brush by it.
I think we chatted about that though before, about people holding you down in prison and then come out and then code switch on you.
Yeah.
So Mama said she asked like she was accusing her of doing something wrong. But it's a real question though, because Pap is still married. So there's that aspect there. He is still married, and folks are curious. This is a married man, and you're parading, you're gallivanting around with him like he's still not married.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest. She did ask the question in a petty way, right? For her to ask, "How long do you plan to be with a
Right.
married man?"
Just to
That's a
continue.
ridiculous way of
Right.
asking it.
Right.
Okay,
The
it's peaceful.
I don't know about distasteful. Well, yeah, okay. It was a little petty, right? There was shade. Okay, there was shade. It could have been asked in a more professional manner, as
Right.
opposed to
Right.
saying,
Right.
"How long do you plan on being with a married man?" I mean, obviously she's gonna
No,
be with him.
she said, "How long do you plan on being with somebody else's husband?"
Well, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
She said that like she was talking to the next chick, and the woman she was speaking of was her girl. Like
yeah,
some real hood shit.
yeah,
No, man, be more professional than that.
yeah. That was a petty way to get it out there. To be honest with you, but I mean, it was still a valid question. It was just it was communicated, in a way that she was only going to get offended by it.
Right.
There's no way that anybody else would take that. How
She
long you
she
plan on staying
asked
with
that
somebody else's husband? That's it's,
yeah. She
it's
asked
like,
that in a trigger way.
yeah.
Respected,
She could have easily said, "Do you
wanting a
know?"
reaction.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she could have easily asked, "Hey, how long is the marriage between Pap and Remy? How long is it going to be before the divorce is final?"
Right.
That's a better way to ask that.
Right.
But yeah, so she was looking for smoke. However, once again, she an old head. Old heads, they were able to do stuff like that. Dee Dee, you couldn't ask that type of question. You ain't been in the game long enough.
I
It's
wouldn't.
just,
I wouldn't have asked that question that way. I would
well,
have asked
possibly, you
not
know,
that way. It would have been probably like my final question, just in case she was ready for the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, girl, last and final question. Just in case she, cuss me out. Listen, because I don't want no smoke.
But speaking of last and final questions, man, you've been doing some real good interviews up here lately, man. I've been seeing you. I've been seeing you. You've been on some of the biggest stages. You've been doing it.
I have oh my gosh, August is about to be a super busy month. I cannot wait to make this announcement that I have. So I'm going to make that announcement. So I had a situation. We'll get back to the Claressa thing, but let me tell you about this situation. So off at a Wingstop, right? Because, Dee Dee does a little dashing, the side hustle to get some extra money, right? So pull up to dashing spot, and I don't care. Pull up to a spot, restaurant, a wing spot, Chinese spot. Go in the store. The lady tells me, it's going to be another 10 minutes. So I sit down. Cool. 10 minutes pass. The order's still not ready. So boyfriend comes in like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, they said 10 minutes. It wasn't ready. So he asked. She's like, 5 more minutes. I said, okay. I'm going to go wait in the car. So I waited in the car. He comes back out. He said, it's still not ready. She said, 5 more minutes. I'm like, okay. So he goes back in, comes back out. It's still not ready. So I go in there like, ma'am, you told me that this order is going to be ready at this time. It is 25 minutes left. She proceeds to tell me, shh, lower your voice. I said, ma'am, who are you talking to? I will not lower my voice. You told me that this order was going to be ready 25 minutes ago. She said, your order last. I said, what does that mean, my order last? What does that mean? She said, your order last. I said, well, why did you just tell me that when I first walked in this door? She was like, shh, lower your voice, shh, and get to my face. I said, ma'am, if you don't get your hand out my face, finger out my face, it's going to be trouble up in here. Trouble. She's like, I said, ma'am, put your finger down. I said, ma'am, if you don't put your finger down, we are about to have a huge problem up in here. Houston, we have a problem. So she said, get out. Bitch, no problem. I'll get out. I have no problems getting out. I said, ain't nobody in this raggedy ass store, no way.
What's the name of the place?
Right.
I don't
What's
want
the
to.
name of the place? See, we always protect them. We always protect them.
Well, you got to remember
Always protect them.
what I do for a living, and I don't want these people.
All you're doing is telling the story about your experience.
Right. That's your experience.
So I'll tell you, the place is on the south side, and it's called Aaron Wings and Hibachi. If you please do not eat there, folks. Do not eat at that restaurant.
Yeah, that's your experience with them.
That lady is racist, and then she told me to get out, and then the cook came from around the back going yell, fuck yeah, get out.
But yeah, I know your man wasn't having that.
I said, come motherfucker, come put me out of this store. Come put me out. Get out. So then boyfriend, he was like, whoa. He came back in this store. So he was like, what happened? You thought what you said about girl? Yeah, come around the counter. He went back in that kitchen so fast. I just left. I was like, ooh. And then she had the audacity to report me.
So you need to go to Yelp and all of those ordering spots, and you need to tell them exactly what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. I done went to the Better Business Bureau of Clayton County. I ain't listen, and I mean this. I don't care who anybody take it. Foreigners, if you don't like black people, stop putting your businesses in our areas. You know why you put your businesses in our areas? Because them YT people ain't fitting to let you put your.
Not only that, it's cheaper if they put businesses in that area.
Yeah. So you don't like us, but you want our dollar though. We the ones that keep your asses employed. So
And we keep them employed, even though we know that they don't fuck with us. We keep giving them our money.
Listen, I ain't never ate at that place a day in my life. And I told that raggedy, stinking heifer, I said, bitch, I will never be back. I ain't never ate here to begin with. I said, that's why you ain't got no customers. Ain't nobody in this. Because it's nasty, probably.
I don't go to, what you call them? Delis, American delis. I don't go to American Deli. I don't go to Touchdown Wings. No, none of that. I don't do none of that. I don't go to none of those places. Hey, if this is an Asian dude at a gas station, I'll drive another block or mile or whatever to go get gas. I will not stop and go.
All I was waiting for, chat, was for her to put her hands on me. Because I live in Georgia, so I know about the Georgia laws. This is a right to stand your ground state here. So she put her hands on me. Now you a threat. Now I'm about to drag you. You about to get dog walked. So, but she didn't put her hands on me. I ended up leaving before that happened because then I remembered the time that I had in Clayco County, and I remembered I didn't want to go back to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, both of y'all y'all need to steer clear of all of those charges. Let's keep everything
I
up.
I didn't want no smoke, so that's why I left. Cause baby, I was getting ready to mop the floor in the place. I was about to clear that. I said, "Oh, she don't even know. I'm about to air this. Who you think you talking to? Go
Yeah,
tell Shush." She had an attitude from the moment that I walked in there. Though, like, what do you want? Like,
yep,
girl,
they
And I
do.
can't, and I can't even be like, yo, why you was in there in the first place? Because you was actually working. So, like, I can't even.
I don't get
You get your paper.
hmm?
I don't get a lot of Chinese food, but every now and then I just have to go give me some shrimp fried rice because I mean the food is good. It's just the people that cook it, man. They are, and let's be honest, the Chinese are worse than the white people are when it comes to racism. Have you seen what they're doing over there in China with the little black babies?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a TikTok trend where they're buying these little dolls
Black dolls.
that are
Yeah,
black,
like
and
stress.
then they're
They stress dolls. They call them.
yeah, and they're beating them up, and they're stepping on them and throwing them up against the walls and all of that stuff, and they're only doing it to the
Choking the
black
shit
ones.
out of them. All
Yeah,
types of crazy, man.
Yes,
and
because that's what they think about us.
well, yeah, I mean, to take it a step further, the ones that are over there in Africa, in those villages where it's not any police or anything, they're actually um, uh, hurting
Oh
the
yeah,
little kids and the
the little
babies.
kids.
They're
Yeah,
kicking them on the ground and all of this other stuff, and they're recording it. They're
yeah.
making it a trend.
These are
Like
Yeah.
little.
stick them in boxes and like homemade coffins and nailing
Well,
coffins. Stuff
now
like
that
that.
was a long time ago. I don't know what was going on with that one, and that was those white people. But that shit was crazy. They were trying to bury this man alive.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just don't get it. But they want that black dollar though, because if we all really come together and stop like patronizing their businesses, they would be hurting.
I saw this video of a gas station where I think a little kid, um, maybe he got shot by the the gas station owner. He was an Arab or something. You had some black folks that was outside trying to tell people, hey, they just hurt a kid in here, man. We don't need to spend our money here. And you just should have seen the niggas that's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go and put this money.
Yeah.
And one of the dudes that had the camera, he was like he was digging. He was like, nigga, how you a bitch? How you gonna, do all this? And one of the dudes was ready to fight. And I'm just like, man, we are messed up in the head. We are really,
Right.
really messed up.
As long
Cause
as
I ain't got no car, and you telling me I can't go to the corner and go buy my bottle? Nah, you
yeah,
bugging.
right. We don't care if it's not affecting us. We don't care.
Nah,
Not
we don't.
our problem.
And
And so,
that's part of the issue, as us as people collectively. If it's not directly affecting us, we don't care.
yeah. So
Well,
even if
mhm.
I did these reviews, guess what? Them folks still gonna go back to their store.
I mean, yeah, but there are people that actually look at reviews, to be honest with you. So some
Yeah.
people probably won't. And
Um,
like I said,
and the crazy thing too, I tried to find these people on social media like Facebook, IG.
yeah, they don't do that.
They don't
Nah, I
That,
got
don't do that.
no social
that
media
ain't how they
presence.
make their money.
Man, let me tell
They
you, I'd
make,
have been petty as hell. I'd have called the damn the code enforcement. Hey, this place is dirty. You need to come check them.
hey,
Make sure they
as
up
a
to
ma-
par.
as a matter of fact, give me a telephone number. I'm gonna make some bogus calls.
Word.
Yes, Let's go. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I'm like, hey man, I need 800 euro. 800 euro
Right. Yeah,
Wait,
send me
today.
that number. Send me that number. I'll do that as soon as we get off. Send me
Hey,
wait.
that.
They can't trace that back to y'all though.
what they gonna do?
Oh.
What they gonna do to me in Texas? They trace me.
I got a New York number.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna send y'all I'm gonna DM y'all the number. That is
I
hilarious.
need 1,000 euro.
They're and this is a wing spot, so they already know what we like.
Okay, all right. I need the wings with the shrimp fry.
Yep,
I need
that
50 lemon pepper.
yeah.
Cook hard.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them every 3 weeks
That's funny.
and put a bogus order in.
I'm like, you must think you dealing with a non-intellectual black folk, black Negroid. No,
People,
baby.
I mean, that's how they think
Yeah,
that we all like that. We all ghetto. We all not smart. You know.
that's why I'm like, girl, I'm not even about to fight you. How I'm gonna get you is I'm about to make sure that nobody patronizes your little business. Don't worry, it's okay. It's ways to everything. I ain't about to put my hands on folks no more. I'm just
Shit,
gonna
you
fight.
should see the Chinese in Jamaica. They just as bad.
Are they?
Yeah.
Don't they identify as Jamaican though?
You got a few
The
that
Chinese.
Yeah,
right.
the ones that live
There's a
up.
few. There's a few that identify as Jamaicans, but they were raised there. Like
Yeah,
their
that's the
family
one.
came there like during before the Vietnam War.
Okay.
So they might be like first and third generations raised there.
So, but get how would y'all have handled that situation though?
What your
Uh,
situation?
Yeah.
Just the way you did. Yo, who you talking to like that? You got me fucked up. You got me all the way fucked up.
You would have walked away, Rashad?
I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'd have been so pissed. I would have had to have something else happen afterward, and so I might have organized a protest or I think I probably would have went to the news. Probably would have brought the NAACP up there. Yeah,
I told you I'd have called code enforcement.
yeah, that's a good one.
Cause I know they restaurants ain't clean. Cross
Oh,
contamination, all that shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd have definitely called code enforcement.
I thought about calling them other boys, but then I'm like, if I make a false report, I'm going to jail.
Nah,
hey, hey,
I definitely call code
like I
enforcement.
said, just give me the telephone number.
I thought about calling them other boys. You know who? They Ice Baby. I was like, yeah, you better go play where it's safe, cause I know all of y'all ain't here.
Hey, all I need is a telephone number.
Yeah, all of y'all ain't here. Somebody in the family. Yeah, that's what you get. Go play where it's safe. See, I'm that type of petty. You better go play where you want to report me to my good job.
Nah, the funny ones be like when you see the Asians, but do you peep through the back? They ain't up but Mexicans back there cooking.
Oh, that's funny. And some of them, yeah. But this one, he was a snaggletooth Asian man that came from the back.
Oh, he was probably the husband.
But get out! Get out! I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Send me that number.
I, all
Don't
right,
come for stay right there. You're gonna shut up.
Me, Ronnie.
Hama, when they go back to Richard, these babies done went back to the
Next week.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get back to the
We're
topic
like
at hand because we got off topic.
one of the original games we started playing.
Talking about my
I'll come out there in a second.
situation that had happened at this
Yeah.
racist ass wing
That was the first
on
part.
the south side.
Now there's a
But
bunch
let's
of
get back to this
other
Shields,
parts
Mz.Shyneka
of
interview.
that.
Now, a lot of y'all was distasteful.
I'll be out there in a second.
Pecan Brown said agreed. It definitely should have been asked differently. I'm gonna roll it back. I don't think what she asked was distasteful. Yeah, and Rashad said petty, but I still.
Hey, let me ask you. Why you think she's on that? Why you think she's doing that show?
Because she has a connection to Atlanta streets.
No, not only that, but come on,
And she does, yeah, she used to do word on the street news at Hot 1079.
I
So
know, but come on, she hood though. Like she gives that hood
okay, let me see
mentality.
that.
Been here before.
Okay, hold on.
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end
Right.
of the day,
Like,
that's what people are
come on,
looking
man.
at. Well, pause. Okay. Pause, because that's not somebody's husband. Okay. Papoose filed for divorce. Y'all hate to say that word, but it's the word that's out there. Okay. He filed for divorce because he's serious about me. So I'm not with somebody's husband. Okay. And if you're gonna call him her husband, make sure you call her his wife, and also hold her accountable for what she's doing in her life because she has who she's big about. So don't make it seem like it's just one sided. I'm not with somebody's husband. I'm with the man who filed for divorce, who's serious about me, who has done things for me that I've done for him. So that's not what it is. They say that because they want that to be the narrative, but that's not it. People go through divorces and breakups more than anything in the world. That's why it's such a big talk. Oh, we know. Like real quick, because I didn't think Shyneka, your big sat up there and talked that to me, and then when I checked you respectfully, I checked you respectfully in your face. In your face. You shut all that this shit up. Now, after the fact, you got all this lip and talking all this because you never got this much attention before in your life. Being a radio host, I didn't even know who you was. I came there for Jock and Shorty. I did not come there for you. But the fact that you asked a question in such a distasteful way, and I answered you like the professional that I am, now you want to go on these rants and talking about some pat with me for this reason, pat with me for that reason, blah, 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 blah.
All right. So, because she's, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Here you are.
First of all, like I said before, their relationship does not take care of nobody's household, so it shouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
But because so many people do care about it, like who fucking cares? You ain't sleeping with Pat, and you ain't sleeping with Shorty. So why does it matter?
It did matter because that was a question that a lot of people are talking about when it comes to
Who?
taboo.
I ain't talking about it.
There,
Rashad, you talking about it?
Well, we not petty, dude, and we don't spend our time on social media. We
Like
we
that's
out we
crazy.
out there making money.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had the your BI, who cares what the hell is going on with these people? Two consulting adults. Even if he didn't file for divorce.
Here's the
And
deal, bro. What you're talking about is rational thinking. All of these people that feed all of this pettiness are not rational thinking people. They love drama. And that is unfortunately what a good bulk of our community is attached to. Let's be honest. My wife, as professional as she is, and all of her friends, they have a ratchet itch. And they have to get ingrained in with these what the reality TV shows, right? And it's just like it's just something inside of us that you know it we chase that drama, and that's what sells. It's drama sells. That's why everybody that is providing something to us as a people has something to do with drama. Let's look at the Zeus Network, dumbest the dumbest shit ever created. Dumbest shit. The nigga is sleeping with all of the folks, and there is no professionalism in any of that. This was an opportunist that understood that exploiting black people will make you rich. And
yeah.
so now, and they've been on the Breakfast Club and all of these other platforms because we wanted to support something black, but all of their shows are about wretched black women.
Yeah. Or men. They got men shows that are
They have men too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's my
Called the
point.
Bad Boys or what I think the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, and that's the issue. is that we don't want to be better. We don't even want to be better. We don't.
And you're not lying because I just did a positive thing, and you should see the views and the people liking it is low. But
Of
let
course.
me have posted some ratchetness,
Yeah.
only dancing or a challenge, them views would be way up. I did a whole back to school. I'm like, Zach, really?
Oh,
You
the back
did.
to school barber joint. Yeah,
Opportunity, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, and I'm like,
That was good. That was a good look.
thank you. And
Didi, it's time for you to start partnering with the Atlanta Black Chamber, with the Atlanta NAACP, the Atlanta Urban League. You're stable enough now to where you need to go ahead and partner with some of these other organizations that are going to have the type of people there that you need supporting you right now.
Right,
yeah,
right.
It's time for you to go.
That's going to definitely
It's time for you to go
catapult you
start
to the
doing it.
next level.
And as you're doing all of these hosting gigs and stuff like that, they have opportunities that they can utilize you for. It's
Yeah.
time for you to start reaching out to them.
yeah.
Even the joint you did at the hotel, like that was low key. That was definitely a vibe.
Thank you. We gonna
Like, you know, even though I came super dressed, but
oh
yeah,
no worries. We gonna run that back. No worries. So
yeah, but it was definitely I had an amazing time. I had a
thank
really good time, and I don't step out much. So the fact that I came out, I was like, yo, this is dope.
that's
So
one thing about it. I try to leave the folks with, I had a time when hung out with Didi because we gonna have,
yeah,
yeah.
yo, my cousin still. Matter of fact, she called me yesterday. Was like, yo, when we going out again?
That's
I
funny.
was like, yo, what?
What
She's
was
like, yo,
it?
your people's cool,
It
and
was
the vibe was dope. The
yeah,
energy was dope. Like the night was fly. Like, yeah.
yeah. It was about it was my Mr. Cheeks event on the rooftop.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, you and
but
Tandra.
yeah, I said that to say that you have a point when hey, Adele, when it comes to supporting like positive versus negative, all day they gonna support the drama. But I mean, again, I don't think the way, but that's me as a I guess that's my radio side. I don't think which I don't. She asked the question most people wanted to know.
You could
Yeah.
have asked it differently. I'm not saying you can't ask the question, but you dead ask that question one triggering to get a response, to get that negative response that you thought you might have gotten on the radio, but you didn't get. But then you asked it in a way where you pointed the finger like, yo, you used to tramp. How long you gonna be walking around with this wife with Remy's husband? Like, yo, him and Remy have been together in what 3 years now, 2 years now.
She dissing him on record, so I mean, um,
Oh, come on, man! Like, come on. And then you talking mad junk about him. Like, clearly that situation is done for.
I mean,
So then you could have asked that in so many different ways where it did not come off as offensive and
but
messy
that's
the way it
okay.
did.
You got to understand there are some people that believe, even though that you're separated, but you're still legally married to this person, so you're not divorced. You're still married. So
And
they,
that's okay. You can ask the question, but yo, you asked it where you definitely was being petty and messy. Like with all the ratchetness that come with your name.
I don't do, don't do that, gosh, don't
Yes.
do that. Come on. Um, I don't know. Again, like I said, I would have worded it differently. We all agree we would have worded it differently. But it was a question that that had that
I
most people
mean,
directed.
I'm not saying that the question wasn't valid. How you went about it was is the only issue. The
Do
question
we
was
at this
valid.
point, Clarissa just needs to focus on the boxing and just leave the relationship out of the public eye? Or is it already too late at this point?
Say it
I
again.
think
Is it already too late at this point when it
For
comes
what?
to her and Pap's relationship? Should she just stop answering questions about that relationship? Like, no comment. Like, I'm not answering no questions about me or his relationship. Like, just get it. Because people are not even focusing on this fight that she has on August 15th. People are more focused on this relationship her and Pap have. And she is a really good fighter.
Nah, she is.
You can't take that away from her.
Yo, it's crazy. Not to take nothing away from her. But for real. But what's crazy, I think this is the most hype Pap has got around his name in his
And,
whole career.
and Shyneka brought up a good point, Mz.Shyneka. I did not know who Claressa Shields was until she started dating Papoose. No disrespect.
Well, I mean, yeah, but y'all don't watch boxing, so I mean that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
you knew who
I
she
knew
was?
who she was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew who she was.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching her when she was still amateur.
she been kicking ass.
Yeah, she a beast, been a beast.
Well, I guess we didn't get introduced the females because
Well,
I
that's because y'all don't watch boxing.
Y'all don't watch boxing.
I was like, who is that? Claressa Shields. But I did see one thing about her in the news where she was doing some sort of documentary. So new
No,
folks,
not a documentary. She has a movie out.
yes, a movie. Wasn't
Yeah.
it a documentary
Yeah,
about her life?
yep,
Yeah. Well, I
yeah.
get you a docu-series. That's what they call those.
Well, I mean, I don't know what specifically what it would be because
Or
a
a bio.
documentary, a documentary would be more about interviewing people around her and stuff. This was a movie about her life, and
Which
so
one?
that's just like,
Biopic, I think. It's one of them.
yeah, maybe a biopic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. But yeah, man, and people didn't watch it. You
Uh, I,
know, that
I,
was sad.
I tried to watch it. I fell asleep on it.
Well, I mean, it's it's you got to know the type of movie it is. It's not ain't gonna be no drama, and all this other stuff. It's gonna be the story about perseverance and all of that, So it's like if you would have watched The Great Debaters, right? And
That's
that
my
was
movie, yo.
yeah, and so the type of entertainment it's going to be more about the passion behind the purpose as opposed to car chases, comedy, mystery and all that other stuff. It's a biopic.
I never seen The Great Debaters before.
Right. So that's why you
Yeah.
fell asleep on it because those are not your type of movies, you know.
I've never seen The Great Debaters. What's that other movie? Where what was it? Not Morgan Freeman. What's the other one with the mold on his face? The black guy. He was in prison with the YT man and the
No, that
gang.
was Morgan Freeman, Shawshank Redemption.
Yes,
Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
I never seen that movie in whole. I can't get past the scenes where they be trying to get that man's booty hole.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I never watched the whole movie because everybody kept talking about that part, and I never saw it. I watched it when I got a little bit older, and I got maybe halfway through the movie, and the only thing that I remember is just they were ganging up on him, and he was,
Exactly.
trying to
I was
get her with
like,
the
I
towel.
can't watch this.
I mean, but they didn't show anything.
Right,
I
they
don't
ain't show nothing.
it almost takes me back to Pulp Fiction with Vin Rames when they was in
Now
that.
that shit was
Now
crazy.
that
Oh
was
my!
crazy.
That man, he
Yeah.
was
Like
wearing that dude out, and they
I
showed
was
all
like,
of it.
hell nah, no,
Ain't no
no,
way. I
no.
don't care how much money they would have paid me. I
Ain't no
couldn't have
way in
played that
hell.
scene.
No, 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 sir. No,
I was
sir.
traumatized. New folks, I'm sorry. We were chatting about Mz.Shyneka's interview with Claressa Shields. I asked a number of questions. Was what Mz.Shyneka said distasteful? Take a listen to her question.
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at. Well, pause. Okay.
Okay, we don't need to play Clarissa's response, but she did respond back to her. So the question is, was her question distasteful? And is it considered being with somebody's husband or wife if they're still if they're still married to a person, they're not divorced yet, they're
They
separated.
separated.
Yes, they're separated. I don't know. To be honest, I wouldn't date somebody that was separated. Y'all quiet on this.
Because I think it depends on the dynamics. Like, if I meet a woman, she says she's separated, but she still live at home with her husband. Yeah, I'm not fucking shit.
What up, Miss Officer? How you doing? Come through. Uh-oh. Don't you start, Rashad. Don't you start, Rashad. Don't you start, Rashad.
No, Rashad's a hater. We used to that at this point. He
I didn't even say nothing.
Y'all went to school with each other, didn't y'all?
Yes.
He didn't say nothing
Okay.
because he was sitting there trying to figure out what he wanted to say.
No, I knew exactly. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. Every time you hop on this motherfucker, your phone just start going haywire, and I'm just like, you need to get rid of that iPhone.
You can see the hatred. It's not the
Okay.
iPhone, because I drive a truck, so my wheels, I have big wheels.
What that got to do with the phone not working?
The wheels on the truck go round and round. That's
Your
why.
wheel. Hey, watch this. Wait. Your wheels ain't bigger than his, and I guarantee he's been. Yeah, this phone ain't never went haywire whenever he driving his truck.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
Is it doing it now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, girl.
Okay, so shut up, Rashad.
Yeah, look, see. Don't get mad at me because your shit sucks.
What are your thoughts on this one here?
First off, everybody's trying to get clicks these days. Like, everybody is really working to get clicks these days. It's all about clicks. It's like, why would you ask that question? You already know people supposed to be talking about this all over the internet. You already know your thing is going to get replayed. Like, you know what you're doing asking that question. That's just, it's bait. It's clickbait, like, big time.
So
She knew she was dating her. And what's messed up is Claressa don't even have the intelligence. Claressa does not have. That's what bothers me about Claressa, because Pap he is what he is, and we all can see what he is. We can see what's going on with Pap. Okay.
What does that mean? Wait a minute. What does that mean? Break that down. No. Break it down. Break it down.
That's a typical opportunist.
Whoa.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. All right. He was with Remy until she cheated.
Right.
And then another woman came along that was very desirable, that wanted him.
Okay.
How does that make him an opportunist?
While he was sleeping on her couch. While he was still in the house with his wife. Like, nah, bruh, if you want me, you come and get me correctly.
Okay, so.
And like, make just because we're being like, make it right. You're not broke. You're not. You're papoose. And if you are broke, if you don't have access to her money or whatever's going on between y'all marriage, if you're not broke, you're papoose. You wrote half her rhymes.
So this is the way that I look at it. You, me, nobody on this call has any idea of what led to that particular situation. Maybe Papoose was still wanting for it to work because this is who he has been with. She was the one that messed up. He was the one that had to deal with it. We cannot dictate how a person deals with that level of pain. She was still his wife.
Right. Okay. You got to remember, and Remy had his only child.
Let's make room for
only child.
Make room because he got other kids. Hold on. Yeah. But let's make room for that. Okay? Because I don't ever want to take away somebody else's suffering. So let's make room for the fact that he's possibly suffering. But as her man, as her new man, why has he not taken the stance to protect her from what people are saying and stood up and said, hey, because now people are coming down on Claressa for being in this relationship. And as her man, you aren't saying anything to stand up for your woman. You should be a protector for her. You should want to be like, no, don't say that about y'all respect my relationship. or something, or stand up with her. The fact that you're still like, it's still open season on their whole relationship, and not just because they're married, it's still open season on their relationship because they're co-parenting. They have to deal with each other on a regular basis. You know, ain't no telling what part of aspect of their lives is still joined together because of the marriage, or just because they know each other. It don't even have to be because of the marriage, because sometimes you're just connected to people just because life connects you. But why don't he stand up as her and say, y'all see me standing next to her? I'm standing next to her. Respect
Okay.
my woman.
All right. So understand one thing. There's a possibility, because we've known a papoose, right? There's a possibility that papoose is not the individual that believes that any of us deserves any attention. That's a Claressa thing. Claressa is the one that is shooting all of the shots. I truly believe that Pap is in the background.
What did I lead with?
What did you lead with? Well, no.
What
So
did I lead with?
yeah, but check it out. Check it out. No. So check it out.
I have the intelligence.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with intelligent. Y'all, the most intelligent women are still ruled by emotion. That has nothing to do with intelligence. That means that you're putting emotion over, the things that are, I don't want to say intellect, but
But an intelligent woman knows how to control her emotions.
no, you can't say that.
No,
No, I know a
no.
shitload of intelligent women that when the right situation presents itself, their emotions take over. That is just the nature of ladies, and it has nothing to do with
I
intelligence.
mean, that's people in general, man.
And
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah,
people,
that's
right?
people. That's
So
people.
okay,
Not
so that's fair enough.
that's people.
Okay, fair enough. So let's just say people. But my point is, just because certain individuals are emotionally triggered does not mean that they're not intelligent. It just means that unfortunately their heart is leading their head. And that does not make you not intelligent. It just means that you got some things that you need to go seek professional help for.
Claressa don't have the social intelligence to carry that weight of that question, and that girl knew that.
Well, I don't agree with that. I think she answered it very well.
Yeah, she did. I think so
So
too.
to say
Very,
she doesn't
very,
have the
very,
social
very.
intelligence,
Yeah,
that's,
right.
I mean,
But for her to respond to the question and say, "Well, she's still his wife."
yes, no, the point that she, no, the point that she is making is that Remy cheated.
Okay, but
But no, you can't say okay, but no. The point that she is making is that everybody is coming for me and no one is coming for Remy. That is a very valid point.
all I'm saying is, why you keep going back to that? She asked you.
Because it's a legitimate point.
She asked you a question about moving forward. We all know what happened. We all know what happened.
All
We
of it
don't.
is tied together. It's
We all
all tied together.
don't know. We don't know what all Pap has done. His stuff is not being put on display.
Well,
We,
right. So let's be honest. Nobody is talking to Remy about it. Nobody is talking to Remy about it. Nobody is putting the same amount of attention on Remy that they are on Claressa.
On
And that's
Clarissa, right,
Clarissa's point.
right,
Why
that's
is everybody talking to me? Go talk
because
to
right.
the
talking. That's because Remy is. She got the capacity. Yeah, she got
because
the capacity to say, "I'm not gonna fall for this foolishness. I'm bigger than this."
ain't
I'm. A,
nobody asked Remy nothing.
that's
Ain't
why.
nobody
Right.
asked Remy.
She out there
No.
running around with Max B or
Why?
whoever. Like she's doing her thing.
They,
Ain't nobody saying nothing to her.
and they're not. They're not gonna say anything to her. They're
And
not.
that's what Clarissa is saying. That's what Clarissa is saying. She's like, why y'all ain't asking her the same questions you asking me?
Yeah, she
They
did.
already know what they're gonna get from Remy.
It doesn't.
Know what they're
It's
gonna get from Clarissa.
so
It's
once again, that's not a fair response, and
it's called,
that's all that
it's,
Clarissa is saying.
it's called clickbait. That's what
Okay,
it's called, and you fell for it.
fair
So
enough.
do
But
you
she still had a valid
do
question.
you think Harlem Nights it was distasteful, the question?
It was very distasteful. It was very evident. It was very evident. It looked planned. It looked like they put it together. It was very evident. It
Okay.
was very
Now
evident.
let me ask you, because I mean she did have a valid question. It's a question that most women have been confronting Claressa Shields about. Now, are you dealing with somebody who is separated or divorced?
So, see, when you in those situations, it changes, and that's the reason why you can't be concerned with what other people on the outside got to say about your situation, because none of us know why the divorce is not final.
Okay.
None of us know what's holding up the divorce. Like, typically it takes about 60 to 90 days for a divorce to be final, unless somebody's contesting something or somebody is saying, this, I'm not okay with these terms. Then that can carry things on. But
And then depending upon what state you live in, because in the state of Virginia, you got to be separated at least a year before you can
yeah,
even file for
like,
divorce.
that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. It just depends. Clarissa and Pap I believe they've been together longer than a year. They've been
Yeah, it's
dealing with
been
each
like two
other.
years.
Yeah, it's been going on for a minute. So we don't know why they're not divorced, and we don't know the nature of their relationship. We don't know what's going on in their daily lives to be trying to call anybody out about being in a relationship while you're still legally married. That's
mm-hmm.
on paper. Are we living as husband and wife? Are we? That's what paper says. That's what it says downtown in the system.
Mm-hmm.
In somebody's computer, when you print out a paper, it says that I'm married. But my daily life, you I can't, like that you can't. That's apples and oranges. We can't put that together. I don't think that should be put together. And I think everybody just needs to stop having that conversation, whether or not she's with a married man or he's still married. And that happens all the time. We got wives out here that know their husbands got side chicks. Like, we don't know what's going on in people's houses. We don't know how these people are living. So why are we questioning Clarissa? Nobody's gonna question Remy. No, they're not gonna bring that to Remy.
So you think folks should just leave that subject alone when it comes?
Why do we take, like, what does it matter? Well, how is it affecting?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Why does this matter? Like,
Okay.
why are we, like, that's her, like, you sat down and asked a question, like it's affecting you. You asked that
Right.
question like you got some investment in that. What the answer is?
Mm-hmm.
Because the viewers want to know, girl. Ask her something better. We don't care.
Right.
We all
Right.
know they still married. We don't care. We
Girl,
still
they
feel
don't
like,
care. That interview went to hell viral.
girl. We
Yeah,
still.
because that's what she wanted. That's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted. And guess what? We still gonna click on all of Clarissa and Pap's little reels. We still gonna share they shit. We still gonna like they stuff. So what? All you did was get clicks for yourself. And the real people who can see through the smoke in the mirrors, the one who can see through the smoke in the mirrors, we gonna call you out because you have ownership of space to send out a better message. And that was what you chose to do, some beef amongst black women. Come on, sis. You could have asked her something more empowering. I'm just saying.
But Harlem Nights, I feel like, and I don't speak for everybody, that there would be some women that would probably disagree with you because, like I said, she's been catching Clarissa a lot of smoke from women saying, like, why are you dating this married man? You
But
know he
she been catching that because people are bitter. I
okay.
mean, I'm like this. If I'm in a relationship with a guy, if I'm married, let's say we married. Okay, so let's say my situation. I was married, right?
Mhm.
If my ex-husband had decided during our separation period that he was going to go be with another woman, okay, we're
You wouldn't have said,
separated. I'm not
you
gonna be looking at that woman hollering about she with a married man, married one. Girl, you can do better with him than I can. Thank you for occupying my time.
she took him off your
And he better not still be slipping in my DMs or texting me no funny shit, because I'm gonna send it right to her and let her know the shit I was dealing with. But
but
if
is
you're a
that
better
not
woman
being
than
petty
me,
though?
no, I'm just saying, if you're a better woman than me, and you can change this nigga, or you can make him be better than what he was to me, or if he's better to you than he was to me, or if you're better for him than I was, if
Then
I
how
don't
bad
want him, I don't want him missing out on anything.
So let
I
me
don't want
ask
to
you
miss
a
out on
question.
nothing. I just don't want him with me. I don't
Let me
care.
ask you a question, Harlem Nights. Would you date somebody that is going through a divorce or separated?
I was somebody going through a divorce and separated and was dating my ex-husband. My divorce wasn't final when we met.
Okay.
When I met my ex-husband, my divorce was not final. I had just filed my divorce before I met him. When I filed my divorce, I put myself back on the market. I'm filing my divorce, and I told my ex-husband, "Yo, you go that way, I'm gonna go this way."
And your ex, he didn't have a problem, I guess, with you still being legally married.
It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of a decision to be made. It wasn't no like the judge had the decision. The judge can't make the decision on my life and the connections that I'm making out here in this world.
Yeah.
He
No,
can only
I was just asking if maybe was he, because she said like, about dating somebody else's husband or wife while you're separated or married. So did he ever feel like I'm over here dating somebody else's wife?
no. No, he patiently waited. He I went to court on my birthday. Got the divorce on my birthday. We went out and celebrated that I got the paperwork. And no, he patiently waited in the relationship. He never put any pressure on me because he was with me for who I was and what we, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, oh, I can't be with you because you married. And and most men, when they meet somebody that's real and when they meet somebody that's down for them, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, call me when you get your divorce.
Okay. And
Nobody's. I don't know. Maybe there are men that will do that, but
I guess maybe my question is,
technically, my ex-husband was living in Nantucket, Massachusetts. I was living in Texas. We're not together. He lives in a whole like he's thousands of miles away.
I guess Harlem Nights, my question, I guess, is what do folks want Claressa Shields to do? Do they want
That's
her
what
to
I'm
wait for
saying. Like, what do
have,
y'all right? What y'all wanted to do? Leave him alone? Like, what is expected? That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you ask that question?
yeah,
How long are you willing to tolerate? So are you asking her, is she going to break? Is she supposed to give him an ultimatum? Like, what are we talking about here?
right. Fred says it's like a safety. Is it like a safety net once you move on?
Is
I'm not.
what like a safety net?
Yeah, Prez, what like a safety net? Hey, Super Pat, we've been chatting about this Mz.Shyneka and Claressa Shields story. Pecan Brown said this appears to be what Claressa is doing, patiently waiting.
Yeah, like why not? Why not? I mean, if you I have my beliefs about Papoose personally. Those are my personal beliefs about Papoose. Just from what I've seen him doing and the way I've watched him move, like some things we
You
don't see
feel like
behind the
the
scenes.
opportunist.
See, okay, because I've been with a type like that wants the world. I've been with a type that wants the world to believe that they're so in love, they're so taken. Oh my gosh, they're this, they're that. Oh my gosh, I'm so taken by this person. They want the world to see that, but within the relationship, what they're doing to that person is not showing that.
Yeah, and
You feel what I'm saying? So I reflect that. I see that in their relationship
I'm with you,
to
Harlem
a
Nights.
degree.
I wish he would speak up more for her because it's
He
like
needs to speak
always
up.
her defending herself, but it's
Yeah, he needs
Jensen
to speak up.
defending her. Um, Super Pat said, based on the Bible, she should leave him alone.
I
Um,
mean, based on the Bible, that look, um, I'm just saying, based on Old Testament, yes, yeah, okay, yeah, based on it, yeah. But or
Prayer
is she
said,
him alone? No, she's not.
no. Prayer says, is keeping your marriage a safety net once you move on? No?
Uh, okay, so let me share a little bit of my story. Let me share, okay?
Go ahead. Hmm.
My first marriage, we grew up together. We were children. We grew up together. We grew up in the church together. We married. Okay, we were taught that we were supposed to marry. This was prophesied, and we're gonna do this, right? This is in the stars for us. We married. He was mentally ill, undiagnosed. Okay. He went to school to drive trucks, took a load, disappeared, never came back. I never seen him again. I don't know what happened. He just, Hurricane Katrina happened. He used Hurricane Katrina to disappear. He vanished during Hurricane Katrina. I don't know if I'm married. I don't know if he's left. I don't know if he's dead. I don't know. I'm just out here, don't know. With a child, don't know. Like 26, 27 years old, don't know what's happening. And I move on with my life when I find out what actually happened. He disappeared on purpose. He met somebody on the road and he disappeared. He decided that the person on the road was better than me and he left. That was his choice. So when I found that out, I moved on with my life. I couldn't find him. They were driving trucks. Am I not supposed to meet somebody?
They said, has he been found? And they said,
Oh yeah, I mean that's been, my son's 27 at this point. Yeah, that's been, yeah. This was like 20 years ago. This happened like 20 years ago. So yeah, since then he's been found. But I'm just saying, 2 years of not being able to locate this individual. Am I
yeah,
supposed?
that's a sticky.
I'm at the grocery store and somebody wants to talk to me. Am I not supposed? I'm a single mother. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all want people to do out here?
Press said, whew. Super Pat said, some men hate to have that uncomfortable conversation that they want to leave. So you just leave and never say nothing and never come.
So
Right?
what am I supposed to do? So for people to say, well, she's legally still married, I can't find him.
Right.
And I was young. I was traumatized. I don't know how to get a divorce. I had to go do the research to learn how to divorce somebody who just picked up and vanished. So like, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I keep saying people need to stop talking about this situation, because nobody knows why they are still married. Nobody knows the dynamic of their relationship when they're still, with them being still married. And Claressa, why are you responding?
She's gonna defend that relationship regardless.
But he's not defending you.
I would love to sit down and have an interview with Claressa, because
you need a man that defends you.
She's always on the defense, and I would love for her to share her side.
And people know that. People know she's always on defense.
Right. I would love for her to share her side of the story in a comfortable environment where she feels comfortable to be like, hey, this is what, but she already said, this is what it is. He's not married. He filed for divorce because he wants to be with me. Press. He said, certainly, get your situation. And Super Pat said, buy some toys. Toys only work for so long, Super Pat.
Right.
All right.
No, people want human touch. People want to have a presence.
Yeah, they only work. And I was never a toys girl. Those never did nothing for me. But
toys work physical. They don't work on the emotional.
Yeah. All right, Hollow Knights, we wrapping this up. Where you headed to work? Let's get these clients. All right, what are your final thoughts on this?
Like I said, we need to carefully pick what's important for us to talk about and question, especially when you have a place in the media. You gotta be careful of the message that you're sending out into the world, because why did you even ask this question? This was clear clickbait for those of us who actually have an intellect. And Claressa, we need you to level up, baby girl. Hold that man accountable for not standing up for you. He needs to be standing behind you. If you fighting, you shouldn't be fighting by your damn self. That man need to be fighting with you. Okay.
And a man is supposed to be the leader. Isn't that what we talked about?
He's supposed to be the protector. He's supposed to want to protect her.
I agree with you on that. Papoose, yeah, you got to do better, brother. And Claressa, any day you want to come on this and tell your story, I'm here. I'm quiet. I'm silent. And really tell your story, because I feel like you're always on the defense. You're always having your guard up, but let your hair down and let these people know. Listen, yeah, this is what it is.
And can we get some men that'll stand up? You'll stand in front of the camera. You'll tie her shoe. You'll brush her shoulders off. But can we get you to stand up and open your mouth? Like when you was with Remy, you was dropping all these mixed video flows, and we was listening, and we was buying into it. I'm talking
Okay.
to
He was
Papoose.
all about that black
I
love,
was a
wasn't he?
fan. Yes, I was a fan. So show us that. Show us that. If you ain't got it for Remy, we can respect that. But if you got it for Claressa, come and tell us that. Don't just show us that on camera, Pap. Come show us. Come tell us that. Speak it. You was writing rhymes when you was with Remy. Write them down.
And all on Love and Hip Hop, talking
Yeah, we
about
want to
black
hear it.
love.
Yeah, we
Where's
want
that
to hear
energy
it. We
at?
want to hear it. Don't get silent now. We
Yeah,
know she cheated. We
I
know.
I think he's a little low key embarrassed, but it's all good. Do anybody else got any final thoughts? Pecan Brown said, "Great show today, Dee Dee. My coworkers know not to bother me when you're on. I love it, Pecan Boo. Spread the word. No live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. But I got some things in the works that I got cooking, so just make sure y'all got them alerts on, cause especially if you're here in Georgia, you're gonna want to see what I got cooking for us. I love it. Harlem Nights, thank you again for coming out to the first annual Fresh Cuts for School.
I had fun.
I
Had
appreciate
a
you.
good
You
time.
always pull up and you always show the out, and I love you for that. So thank you again. Thank you to Stoney's Barbershop, Wishbone, Bubba, Stoney, the whole crew over there at Stoney's Barbershop on Edgewood. Make sure you check them out. All right, until next week, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend.
See ya.
Pecan Brown Girl, thank you, boo. Bye, mama.